Love doesn't always announce itself. It doesn't always arrive with bold declarations or dramatic confessions. Instead, it reveals itself in the smallest, most unexpected ways. A glance held a little too long, a nervous laugh, a habit picked up unconsciously. These are the hidden signs that someone may love you in silence. Have you ever had the feeling that someone cared about you deeply, even though they never said it? Have you ever noticed a shift in energy, a subtle change in behavior, as if there was something unspoken between you? The truth is, love always leaves a trail, even when it's unspoken, even when it's hidden beneath layers of fear, uncertainty, or hesitation. It finds a way to reveal itself. The key is knowing where to look. Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists of all time, explored this very idea in his book Man and His Symbols. He believed that people often express their deepest emotions through unconscious behaviors, gestures, and symbols, long before they even realize what they feel. A.S. Carl Jung once said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." This means that when two people connect, even without words, something inside them shifts. Love, attraction, and deep emotional bonds aren't always spoken, but they manifest in subtle yet powerful ways. If you want to dive deeper into Jung's insights on hidden emotions, subconscious attraction, and the psychology of love, the link to his book is in the description below. For now, let's explore how these hidden emotions manifest in real life. If you're ready to uncover the truth, type "I'm ready" in the comments. Now, let's begin. 1. Mirroring, when they become a reflection of you. Have you ever noticed someone unconsciously copying your movements, using your phrases, or picking up your habits? Maybe they start laughing the way you do, nodding their head the same way, or even adopting some of your interests without realizing it. At first, it might seem like a coincidence, but psychology says otherwise. This is called mirroring, and it's a powerful subconscious behavior that happens when someone feels deeply connected to another person. It's the brain's natural way of creating closeness and harmony. Psychologist John Bard describes this as the chameleon effect, the way people instinctively mimic those they feel drawn to. Studies show that when we are emotionally connected to someone, our body and speech patterns synchronize with theirs without us realizing it. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who started using the same phrases as you? Or noticed that someone's energy seemed to align perfectly with yours over time? This is not random, it's the subconscious trying to say, "I feel connected to you." Mirroring is one of the strongest signs of subconscious attraction. It's not something that can be faked or controlled. It happens naturally when deep emotional feelings are involved. If you've noticed someone mirroring your behavior, they may feel a stronger connection to you than they are willing to admit. Have you ever caught someone doing this? Type "I've seen it" in the comments. 2. They pull away when you get too close. Love is a paradox. It draws people in, but sometimes it also makes them retreat. Have you ever felt like someone was incredibly close to you, fully engaged, emotionally connected, only for them to suddenly pull away? One moment they seem eager to be around you, and the next, they're distant, avoidant, or cold? This isn't confusion, it's fear. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Many people struggle to face their true emotions. Love, when it feels too intense, can awaken fears of rejection, loss, or vulnerability. Some people instinctively retreat into emotional distance the moment they realize their feelings are real. They don't do this because they don't care. They do it because they care too much. If someone in your life has a pattern of getting close to you, only to pull away whenever things become more emotionally intimate, it's not because they've lost interest. It's because they're struggling with their own feelings. They may try to suppress their emotions, but their actions reveal their inner conflict. Have you ever experienced this? Type "I've noticed this" in the comments. 3. Teasing, when love hides behind humor. Not everyone can express their feelings directly. For some, vulnerability is terrifying. They fear rejection, embarrassment, or simply the intensity of their own emotions. And so, instead of confessing their feelings, they hide them behind humor. Have you ever noticed someone playfully teasing you more than they tease others? Do they find excuses to joke with you, annoy you in a lighthearted way, or poke fun at little things you do? At first glance, this may just seem like friendly banter, but psychology tells us something deeper is happening. Humor is often a defense mechanism, a way for people to express emotions in a way that feels safe. When someone secretly loves you, but isn't ready to say it, they may use teasing as a way to stay close to you while avoiding outright confession. Think about it. If someone constantly finds reasons to engage with you through playful teasing yet they don't do this with others, it's not just a coincidence. They are looking for a way to interact with you, to create moments with you, to maintain a connection, even if it's disguised as a joke. But the key is consistency. Do they always find a reason to tease you, even over the smallest things? Do they seem to enjoy your reactions more than the teasing itself? If someone constantly draws you into playful interactions, they may be expressing something deeper than just humor. They may be hiding love behind laughter. Have you experienced this before? If so, type "I have" in the comments. 4. They remember the little things, even when you forget. There is something deeply revealing about memory. The things we hold on to, the details we store, the moments that stay with us, they all point to what truly matters to us. Have you ever mentioned something in passing, a favorite book, a childhood memory, a random preference, only to have someone bring it up months later? At first, you may not think much of it, but then you realize they remember things even you forgot you said. This isn't just about having a good memory, it's about emotional significance. Psychologists have found that our brains prioritize memories that are tied to deep emotional connections. Carl Jung, in Memories, Dreams, Reflections, explains that our subconscious holds onto the things that resonate with our emotions the most. So if someone remembers details about you long after you've forgotten them, it's not by accident. Their brain is storing information about you because you matter to them. It could be something small, like the way you take your coffee, or something more personal, like a story you once shared about your past. Whatever it is, the fact that they remember means you are important to them in ways they may not even realize themselves. This is one of the purest forms of hidden love, a love that doesn't ask for attention, but quietly holds onto pieces of you simply because it cares. Have you experienced this? If so, type "they remembered" in the comments. 5. Their eyes give them away. The eyes are the one part of the body that refuses to lie. No matter how much someone tries to suppress their feelings, their gaze will always betray them. Have you ever caught someone staring at you intensely, only for them to quickly look away when you noticed? Maybe you've seen them watching you when you weren't looking, when you were deep in conversation with someone else, lost in thought, or just going about your day. This isn't just casual interest. It's one of the clearest subconscious signs of secret love. Psychologists call this the gaze phenomenon, a deep biological response where we feel the need to observe those we have emotional connections with. When someone is in love, their pupils dilate, their gaze lingers, and their eyes seek you out even when they don't mean to. Carl Jung once said, "Your perception will become clear only when you can look into your own soul." This means that the way someone looks at you can reveal more than their words ever will. Love, when hidden, often finds its way through the eyes. You can see it in the way someone studies you, the way their eyes soften when they watch you laugh, the way they unknowingly scan a room to find where you are. But here's the key detail. If they immediately look away when you catch them staring, it's not because they weren't interested, it's because they're trying to hide it. Have you ever noticed this? If so, type "I've seen the look" in the comments. 6. They listen to you differently. There is a difference between hearing and truly listening. Most people hear words, but very few listen beyond them, to the pauses, the hesitations, the emotions behind what's being said. Have you ever noticed someone who listens to you with a different kind of attentiveness? They don't just hear what you say, they absorb it. They remember small details, notice when something is off, and sense when your words don't match your emotions. They can tell when you're pretending to be fine when something is wrong, even if you never say a word. Psychologists call this emotional attunement, the ability to deeply connect with another person's emotional state. When someone is secretly in love with you, their brain is hardwired to prioritize you, making them hyper-aware of your moods, needs, and even the things you leave unsaid. This type of deep listening is rare. It's not just politeness or interest, it's emotional investment. If you've ever felt truly understood by someone, as if they could read your emotions even when you tried to hide them, it may be more than just friendship. Have you ever experienced this? Type "I've felt it" in the comments if this resonates with you. 7. They act differently around you. Have you ever noticed that someone behaves differently when they are around you? Maybe they're usually confident and carefree, but around you they suddenly seem nervous, more self-conscious, or overly careful with their words. Or maybe it's the opposite. Perhaps they become more animated, funnier, or seem extra excited whenever you're nearby. Love has a way of altering behavior on a subconscious level. No matter how much someone tries to hide their feelings, their body and mind will betray them. When a person has strong emotions for someone, their brain perceives that person as emotionally significant, meaning their presence affects their thoughts, movements, and reactions. They may become more aware of their posture, struggle to find the right words, or appear unusually focused on your opinion of them. Watch closely. Do they adjust their tone when speaking to you? Do they subtly gravitate toward your space, even in a crowded room? Do they unconsciously seek your approval or seem affected by your emotions? This is one of the strongest behavioral indicators of hidden love. If someone's entire energy shifts when you enter the room, it's because you matter to them in a way they may not even realize yet. Have you noticed this before? Type "I've seen this" in the comments. 8. True love hides in small gestures. Love is not just in grand romantic gestures. It's in the little things, the ones so small that they're easy to overlook. It's in the way someone always makes sure you're comfortable, the way they notice when you're feeling off, even if you don't say anything, the way they go out of their way to do small favors for you, not because they have to, but because they want to. They may not shower you with compliments, but they'll remember to bring you coffee just the way you like it. They may not say they're thinking about you, but they'll text you a random thought that reminded them of you. They may not make a big deal about it, but they'll always check if you got home safely, even when no one else does. Carl Jung once said, "What remains unspoken is often the most powerful." Love, when it's real, doesn't always need words. It expresses itself in actions, in presence, in the way someone simply chooses to be there for you. So if someone in your life is always doing small things for you without expecting anything in return, if they consistently look out for your well-being, if they quietly make you a priority even when they don't say it out loud, they may love you far more than you realize. Have you ever noticed these small, unnoticed gestures? Type "I see it now" in the comments. Love, no matter how deeply hidden, always leaves a trace. It reveals itself in glances, gestures, nervous energy, and the smallest details that most people miss. Perhaps as you've listened to this, someone has come to mind, a person whose presence feels subtly different, whose energy seems undeniably connected to yours. Maybe you've been overlooking the signs all along. Maybe love has been standing right in front of you, waiting to be seen. Now the question is, what will you do with this awareness? If this video helped you understand something new, leave a 100 in the comments. And if you want more insights on love, self-discovery, and the mysteries of the human heart, subscribe and turn on notifications. Because the deeper we understand love, the clearer everything becomes.